You just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, y'all? Happy Wednesday. We are back with another episode. We are here to talk about some things that are going on in the world and our culture. Man, I'm in a good mood, man. I hope y'all in a good mood as well, man. Shout out to the GMS fam. I see you, Jan Win, Ultimate or Infinite Umbra, King Lukey in the building, man. GMS fam. Tap in the live chat. Let me know you in here, man, so I can shout you out. And let's move on to the subjects. You know, we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward. Hoping that you pass it along as well, because we keep that green mind state. If you didn't know what GMS stand for, shout out to Southern California in the building. I see you, bro. What's going on, man? It's Wednesday, man. Once again, we are here a couple days away from the weekend. Hope everybody's week is going great so far, man. I hope you're in good health. I hope your family's doing good. I hope your kids are good. I hope your job is great. I hope you're making money. I hope you're making more moves to get more money. I hope everybody is striving for greatness. I appreciate y'all. What up, Trey979? What's going on, y'all? All right, let's talk about this shit, man. We know we got some topics to get to today, but first and foremost, we got to talk about the exciting parts of what happened last night on the 5150 show. With that being said, there is something that I want to start out with. Now, you know the title. It reads off, "The Beef Continues" with Corey Holcomb and Earthquake. But before we get to that and the pettiness of what that was about, because that was just pettiness all around. These men are too grown to be doing weird, petty shit like this. But I got to start out with a positive side, because lately, I think over this past year, people have been seeing a little bit more of a mature side of Corey. Now, some people will call it backpedaling. Somebody will call it not standing on his shit. Some people will call it just plain old cowering out. I call it recognizing when you're wrong and fixing the problem, or coming to an understanding and taking accountability for your actions and moving forward and making amends and making peace and wanting to actually build camaraderie with people, opposed to burning bridges and constantly having something to say about a situation that has nothing to do with him. And with that being said, Corey had to apologize last night to a fellow comedian by the name of Kelly Kales. Kelly Kells is on the We Outside comedy tour where Corey Holcomb backed out of because the money wasn't right. The business wasn't right. He called out the promoter last week talking about bad business and them using certain people's names on the flyer and pictures and stuff like that. And it was just bad business overall. The promoter has to eat that. But in that, Corey decided he wanted to say something about a certain comedian on that lineup, which was Kelly Kells. And he accused her of joke stealing. And this was off of the word, I'm assuming, because the way that the story sounded, it sounded like Just Niche. Shout out to Just Niche. Very hilarious comic. It sounded like Just Niche was getting her joke stolen. And Corey, being the person that he is and the friend he believes he is, he decided that he wanted to take it upon himself to let it be known the issue. Now, what happened in that part was something he didn't expect, but we'll get to that after you hear. I want to refresh your memories of what he had to say about Kelly Kells. Listen to this.
They got a bitch on there doing my sister Just Niche jokes. I can't think of the whole name right now.
Still?
He went hard.
Just Niche is, in my opinion, one of the top female comics rising in the game. Just Niche, who come on our show. Just Niche is funny. I got female comics walk up to me, always say negative shit. You got Just Niche.
She's hilarious.
I'm like, she better than y'all.
Smash that like button.
Larger than where she's at right now.
Just Niche is one of the top female comics in the nation.
Absolutely.
It's gonna happen.
Dead ass.
Absolutely.
It's taking way too
What is that bitch name who be doing Just Niche jokes?
What? Still?
No, everybody know that bitch ain't shit. It's a new bitch.
What?
That old boy be having on them We Outside dates.
Oh, hell.
She from Chicago. What is the bitch name? It's gonna come to me. Cause see, Just Niche my people. So you know I'm gonna put the bitch out there. Hold up, I'm gonna find out what the whole name. Kelly Kells.
How cool
Thank
money
you,
now?
Cool Money. Whoever this bitch Kelly Kells is, this is the type of motherfuckers that this nigga will hire. Motherfuckers who do other people bits.
And just by that one little clause, he can
The
do that.
consumer is getting an awful product. Hacks and busters.
Didn't they go on tour together?
Yeah, they went on
That's
tour
probably
together.
where she liked.
And I told
That's probably where
Just
she's
Niche, when all them bitches watch you, all them bitches gonna do your shit. It's all part of being good. When you a comedian who's talented, all the buster motherfuckers watch you and then do their version of you. Put the busters out there.
I ain't heard this. This is my first time hearing something
Yeah,
like that.
nigga.
She always been good people to me too.
Who?
Kelly Kells, she always been good people to me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know who the bitch is. I saw a picture of the bitch, but I'm just saying.
Marcus said he tried to warn Corey. He kinda, but he didn't say, hey, I don't think you should talk about her. I don't think you should say nothing about her. She's solid. He just said she was cool with him. So you didn't try to stop it, Marcus, but you did give her props for being a good person. I'll give you that.
If you do my people shit, I got a show right here. I'm putting you out there. I'm putting you out there. So don't call me with that bullshit, because we got proof.
Now, after that was said, I believe Corey was approached or he was confronted. I don't know if it happened in real life. I don't know if it happened behind the scenes, on a phone call, whatever, however it went down. Kelly Kells and her husband got in contact with Corey. Now, the details of their conversation are unknown. We don't know how it went. We don't know if there was hostility. We don't know if there was puffing of the chest. We don't know how it went. It could have been a very cool conversation. They could have been like, listen, man, I understand that you thought something, but the way you went about it was disrespectful, and I know you don't know my wife, or if she's talking to him, I know you don't know me, but this, you know what I'm saying? It could have went that way, but we don't know. Either way, it turned out to be something that affected Corey enough to come back the next week to apologize. Here's what he had to say.
Wait, hold on, the motherfucker gave up $50. Hold on, get that motherfucker his properties.
Yeah. What's his name again?
Who is that?
Tripped we, tripped till the.
Hold on, y'all. My bad.
You can't protect everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Tripped we, tripped till the world ends. That's he has.
Bishop
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel of Israel. What I feel might be other people' business with jokes. I think at this stage of my career, I need to basically protect myself. Because there are people out here, in my opinion, you are food for the game. You can't protect everybody. Because some people are just a nightmare when it comes to life. We're entertainers. We all fucked up. If I ever see somebody doing somebody joke, at this stage of my career, after what happened to me this week,
You call him out at that moment.
I'm not
He ain't doing.
fucking with it no more.
Right.
I can't protect nobody because I wind up in the middle of some
That
bullshit.
is true. Yeah. Yeah, that is true.
It was a female comedian.
I
I called out last week
told you to leave that shit alone.
for stealing jokes. When you tell me to leave it alone?
Man, I was like, no, don't do that, Cole. Remember last week we were talking about it? I was like, don't do that, Cole. Come on, man.
Oh, you
I
talking
know
about
these-
during the show or something?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I called out this sister for stealing jokes. It was a couple other comedians did too. I don't
Went from the bitch to the sister real quick.
know about they shit. All I know is about my shit.
The hoe, the bitch, the all that
I
shit was
regret
gone.
saying anything. In fact, to Kelly Kale, I apologize for saying anything to you about joke stealing. It's not even my place no more unless it's motherfucking.
But if it's now.
Now, if it's my joke, that's different.
That's
I'm
what I'm
riding for me.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I didn't want to be this way, but I have to be this way so that I remain neutral as Corey Holcomb. Because I didn't know who Kelly Kills was. So, found out this is somebody I met before when I was in Milwaukee. Which I did in Milwaukee. I can't wait to tell y'all about that shit. What's up, Milwaukee? We had a ball when I was up there.
Yes.
Look, and JJ was up there. We'll talk about it. But look, I'm saying, I wish I wouldn't have never said nothing about that because it turned into a mess. With
Well, were you able to fix?
I was able to fix it because I'm that kind of nigga who fix shit. And Kelly Kales, I apologize about saying anything to you about whatever you do on stage. My apology is sincere. I'm not getting in motherfuckers' business no more like that. Because some people, in my opinion, damn, this some cold shit to say, but it's the truth. Some people fool for the game. You can't save everybody. It's some people, like, look, I'm the type of motherfucker, this is how I really feel. If I saw an old lady getting her purse snatched, before I do anything, I'm gonna say, why the fuck they snatched your purse, bitch?
What?
This is the new America. That old lady, that was her grandson who snatched her purse, who's so used to getting his way, he just took the purse from the bitch. This is the new America we live in. If you police other people's shit,
Oh, you're gonna be exhausted.
Are you saying this is what you gonna do?
Now-
That's
you're
the
gonna
big-
run into a brick wall.
Yeah.
So I wind up trying to police
Something you felt. in your
some
heart.
shit that I regret ever trying to police.
Oh, there you go.
It turned into a mess.
Oh.
But I'm a motherfucking G, and I got respect for Kelly Kells, her husband, everybody in that party.
Yeah.
Y'all come to LA, call me up. Y'all come on the show, sit down, get some of this motherfucking airtime. Let me introduce you to the 5150 family. But as far as it go with me, jumping in some shit, because I feel like, hey, superfool.
Not it, never.
No, nigga.
See, here's the thing about this, man, and this is why I said in the beginning what I said. And a lot of people gonna say Corey backed down. He didn't stand on it. All right, cool. But what the bigger thing out of that, man, that I hope comes out of that is Corey's understanding that you can't, like, there's repercussions and there's consequences for everything that you say. Even when you are a quote unquote real nigga and you saying some shit that you feel is righteous, sometimes you can't jump out the window for people. Sometimes you gotta let people figure it out for themselves. And honestly, you know, being loyal, sometimes you can be loyal to a fault. He felt like his loyalty to Just Niche was strong enough for him to call somebody out who he didn't know very well and who obviously had some people behind her that didn't play that shit. Because honestly, you see, like, when he talks about certain people that he knows, he'll like throw in the little, you know, and if motherfuckers want to do something about it, motherfucker can't whoop me. A motherfucker can't whoop my ass. With this situation, there was no talk like that, which I'm glad it's no talk like that, because we need to move differently as a people. And I want to make sure that's a point in this whole show today of how we should move with people. Math Hoffa is another good example. I'll talk about that in a second. But how we should move with each other is important. Hold on. Got to make sure I write that down so I don't forget it. But my point is with the Math Hoffa shit, I don't know if you guys seen it, but Math Hoffa released an episode where one of his pod mates got into a heated exchange to the point where Math had to cut the pod short because they was about to get into it. Like, it was about to go to blows. They was about to fight. And it was because, Bigger, who is somebody who's a cast member on that show, said something to the effect of feeling like, Tech and I forgot the other guy's name, man. I'm blanking, my bad. But said that he felt like they were traitors for messing with Pac because Pac said something about New York and, this and that. Now, regardless of what the context was with what was being said, the fact that it almost came to blows, but at the end they actually got to resolve that and actually got to shake hands and hug it out as two grown ass black men without having to get to the point of wanting to hurt one another is something that we need to pay attention to, because this shit just happened with Takeoff. A petty argument, a petty ass argument. Didn't even it to me when I watched, because just for the sake of talking of the updates of what happened, because I actually was curious as how something like this so randomly happened, and watching the videos leading up to it, because I didn't want to watch the aftermath videos that everybody was posting of his body and shit. The videos leading up to it, it didn't even sound that heated of a argument. It didn't sound that heated of an argument to where somebody would pull out a gun and start shooting. We got to learn how to resolve our confrontations the right way, or else we'll be stuck in that rabbit hole forever. Which brings me to the next point of what happened between him and Earthquake. Now, Corey claims that some whole shit happened while he was in Milwaukee. Now, if you guys don't know, he performed in Milwaukee over the weekend, and he was hosting it, which I guess was his first time in a while hosting something. He usually doesn't host stuff, but he was put on as a host. On that show was Earthquake, and I want you guys to hear what he had to say happened with Earthquake. Listen to this.
Well, Earthquake was on the show.
Oh, that's right. The one you hosted. How did that all go?
Whole shit.
No.
Whole shit.
want to hear this goddamn story because
Whole shit.
I'm mad I didn't go.
Whole shit. Nigga, let me tell you what happened at this pussy ass show. And I'm gonna try to
Hold on, let me read that real quick. Sweet Jones said, I remember during Tommy Sotomayor's roast, Corey told Zoe, you cannot take a woman's word without verifying. May have forgot his own lesson. Sometimes we get fogged out there. Sometimes we forget our own lessons. We forget to live by our own words and practice what we preach, man. Yeah, it's a good lesson in that.
abbreviated. I should never host a show. When they want me to go up at the Improv, they always say, because normally when the motherfucker with the juice come in, they put him right up.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
They always beg me, Corey, let me just put up so-and-so, because you know after you go up, it's going to be shut down. All right, let that nigga go up. That's how I am.
Yeah.
I do that type of shit.
yeah.
You're so sweet.
So me hosting the show, and I ain't been to Milwaukee in at least 5-6 years. Nigga, had to put my foot in their ass. Ripping that bitch. Yeah.
You're so stupid.
Dog, I actually like going out there as the people were still coming in.
Yeah.
Nigga, I had people in the hallway. I heard, oh, Corey up there now. Ripping that bitch. But of course, Earthquake on the show.
Yeah.
But I got jokes. So I ain't talking about Quake. I'm trying to be a professional. I wasn't gonna shit on him because I'm a pro. I got jokes. I got my talent to fall back on. But I was ripping it too hard.
Pause.
I was ripping it too hard.
And what happened? What had happened was,
Listen to this whole ass shit.
oh no.
Bumps and
Nigga went
wings.
and told the promoter, hey man, I don't want Corey to bring me up. Let Donnell Rollins bring me up.
What?
Oh,
Well, Donnell
man.
wasn't even part of the show, was he?
No, huh?
Yeah, he was on the show.
Oh,
okay,
he
okay,
was
okay.
one of the-
I don't remember
What?
seeing him.
Yeah, Ashley Larry.
But you the hoe. Okay.
He was on the show.
Mm.
So this whole ass nigga had told the, you know, the promoter got another show with Quake.
Yeah.
They had a show the next day in Rockford. So he ain't want Quake to be tripping. So he came to me, the reasonable
What up,
nigga.
Lacey?
Corey, man, let Donnell bring him up, man. Because I just please, just do it like this. All right, fuck it, what I'm gonna do? I don't want to fuck up the show.
Yeah.
It ain't about me.
Right.
It's about the people of Milwaukee getting the best show they can get. But I want to let y'all know, Milwaukee, y'all got robbed. Y'all got robbed of y'all Corey Holcomb time because that nigga was scared. And everybody who was at the show, you saw what happened once I didn't go back up. The show went. I stand on that.
Pretty big of you, Corey. Now, here's the thing, man. Corey going in on Earthquake for not wanting him to bring him up. For one, this goes back to the argument that we had, or not even the argument, the discussion that we had on 3Gs that got everybody up in the uproar and didn't even realize what we were really saying about niggas big time and motherfuckers. They thought we were making an excuse for somebody doing something dirty to a motherfucker, but that's not the case. Is when you big time somebody, that's basically what it is. You doing somebody dirty. You doing somebody dirty. And a lot of people in a position where they feel like they can big time somebody will try their hand with certain individuals. And even in this moment, Earthquake big time Corey Holcomb. Because even though he was getting paid to host, Earthquake was able to say, hey, get somebody else to go up there and bring me up. I don't want Corey to do it. And they made it happen. And clearly you see that Corey wasn't the headliner, but he said he killed it, which I don't doubt because, you know, that's proof in the pudding. A lot of people say the same thing every time they see Corey live. They say he killed it. We don't We don't dispute that. But to feel like Earthquake is wrong for feeling like he doesn't want you to bring him up after knowing the problems and the beef that y'all had. It's amazing. It's amazing how you could think that way, but there's gonna be some type of excuse in it, especially if there's no reconciliation in the future. And I don't see that happening with Corey and Earthquake, so he's gonna continue to have his foot on his head like he's been doing with niggas like Ari Spears, or even with sometimes Jeff Brown, and even now most recently Precise. If there's no reconciliation happening or in the works for the future, I don't think Corey is gonna let up on people, even when it's a clear-cut case of them not fucking with each other. And here's the thing: if I'm Earthquake, I'm gonna do the same thing, and I feel like a lot of people would do the same thing if they were Earthquake because of the fact that these two niggas obviously don't get along. What do you guys think Corey would have said to bring? That's what I want to do. I want to see how much fun we can have with this. How do you think Corey would have introduced Earthquake during the comedy show? What do y'all think Corey would have said? Now introducing the Ski Slope King, giving you bumps and wings. Introducing. How do y'all think Corey would have introduced Earthquake on the show? Let me finish it up, because he said there was another interaction between them. Listen to this.
When Corey Holcomb left, that magic left the motherfucking room, man. Because that nigga did not want to see the truth up there, ripping that shit. How selfish can you be? You don't want the crowd to have the best show they can get. You want the crowd to think that you good. You're not good, nigga. You had to go up after me. How the fuck you gonna tell a nigga he in your top five, and you don't want him to bring you on stage? That's some cake ass shit, nigga.
I also wonder if Corey said this to him that night, because clearly he went up after Corey. Corey said he didn't go back up at the end of the night. Also, Corey had time before Earthquake went up to approach him about somebody fucking with his. He's saying that the people got robbed of Corey Holcomb time because of Earthquake, right? But if you gave a fuck about the people, which I'm not questioning whether or not he gives a fuck about the people, because the people is what helps drive his career. If you give a fuck about people being robbed of their time, you would have pushed back on that, because you are the host. If you're the host of the show and somebody's trying to take you off as the host, basically using their power and their connection to get you away from doing what you supposed to do that night and getting paid for, then I would have pushed back on that. But it seems like he was up for it. And maybe because when it happened, the first thing he thought about was, hey, this gonna be some shit I could talk about on the show on Tuesday and let people know that Earthquake, even more so in my opinion, is a bitch. But in my opinion, if I don't fuck with you, I'm not gonna fuck with you, and I'm also not gonna go up on stage. Because here's another thing: how many hosts do you know bring people up on stage, whether they be comedians or artists or whatever, and don't interact with the person who they bring up on stage? We've seen it multiple times over the years. Host will bring you on stage, dap you up, shake your hand, do the old shake, hug, whatever it is, and give you props before they bring you on stage. If I'm Earthquake, I'm not taking that chance. Also, I want to know again, did he say this to him that night? That's all I want to know. John said, introducing this sugar booger ass nigga. He said, it's not reasonable for Quake to feel the way he felt. Or it's not unreasonable. There we go. When you do good stuff happen for you. Universal law. Infinite says, Corey and how he behaves could go either way. I'd rather be safe than sorry if I'm Quake knowing we have beef. That's a fact.
After all that, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
That's cake ass motherfucking shit.
That's terrible.
That's some, man, get your... They got the helicopter up there.
Uh-oh.
And Marcus asked
That
him if
nigga
he
saw
said
me
something.
ripping the stage. That nigga flew to the promoter.
Marcus asking more questions lately. I did that.
Stop this from happening. It was too strong. And it didn't help you, nigga. When you went up after me, it wasn't the same power. It wasn't the same. I was knocking them motherfuckers upside the head. I got jokes. I didn't talk about that man at all up there. I was bringing everybody up like a pro. I brought up JJ from the SIP. JJ ripped that shit. You know what I'm saying? But come on, nigga. You gotta step your game up on the jokes, nigga. Your show went down, nigga.
Also, if you weren't going to say anything and you knew that was the problem, like I said beforehand, why didn't you talk to him? If you felt the way that you felt, and here's the thing. Corey did say before, like, yo, if we do a show together and we on the same bill, I'm going to keep it professional. I'm there to do a job. I'm there to do what I need to do, and I make motherfuckers laugh. I get paid. I'm out. I get it. But if that night the promoter came to you and said, hey, Earthquake doesn't want you bringing him up. Clearly there's problems between y'all. He want Donnell to bring him up. If I'm Corey, especially if I'm not scared of Earthquake, I'm going to approach Earthquake and be like, listen, man, we'll talk about that shit after the show. I'm here to do a job. I ain't here to try to clown you or say no foul shit about you. I'm here to do a job. I'm here to introduce motherfuckers as the host and tell these jokes and get paid and get the fuck up out of here. That's something that I would, if me from the outside looking in, somebody that has watched the 5150 show and has been a fan of Corey, would expect of him to do is approach somebody in that situation, but that clearly didn't happen.
You got Quake. Even if you mad at me, I'm give you the game, nigga. You gotta start talking about your life, man. You gotta start doing jokes that really are what's up to date. Cause you did the little special on Netflix. I thought it was funny, but now you gotta recoup. It's been at least a year since you did that. The reason it's hard to recoup jokes because you ain't talking about your life. Talk about the crack and fruit booty shit and bitches you buy. I guarantee you'll come up with some funny shit. But you're trying to hide who you are, nigga. You can't hide who you are. Nigga, be funny for the people. They pay their money to see you. Don't you want to be like me? If you want to be like me, you got to spill your guts on the stage. And whoever get mad, goddammit, fuck them. So can't fucking sit up there and crack jokes. Nigga, you look funny and
Question
you don't
of
never
the day,
talk
Marcus.
about it. Pass me that, Marcus.
Did he say anything
I'm okay,
to you?
Phil. I'll just give him.
No, I ain't through, nigga.
Oh.
Man,
Nigga, I ain't through.
give me that cold one.
See, I serve a powerful God.
Book of Corinthians.
I serve a powerful God.
No, he didn't open. He hosted it. Yeah.
That nigga ducked me the whole show. He didn't come in my green room this time.
But see, now let's.
He
When somebody checks.
didn't come in the green room this time, nigga. I wish it would have came in that green room. I had them nickels in there, boy.
Pause.
And when somebody does something wrong like that, like what he did to your green room situation, would it have been like okay and squash? Well, not okay, but squashed if he had a.
If he had called me, I'd have motherfucker been like,
and
fuck that
apologize.
shit. All right, fuck it, it's over. But he
Exactly.
ain't called me, and I heard he told a motherfucker, let me tell you what happened. This is how good God is. So I stayed in Chicago Saturday. I saw my mama. So Sunday, I'm on the first flight heading back to LA. Guess who was on the plane?
Hell no. Hell no. Shit no. Hell no. Hell no.
Come on, Dusty.
Yeah, nigga. I saw that before they saw me. I said, let that nigga go. He was with some guy. I knew the guy. I think the guy is one of the producers of his show or something like that. He was with a dude. Cause you know we saw each other. I was like, oh. And the dude was like, Earthquake head was down, like, Me and the dude, I did like this. I said, and dude was like, but it was an awkward moment.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody knew what was
I know I wasn't finna start no shit in the airport. Let me tell you something. Ever since that Aries Spears shit, motherfucker, you could slap me with a motherfucking watermelon peel in the airport, and I won't do shit.
Now that's where I got to stop it at and speak on this before we move on to another topic. That has become a convenient excuse for Corey not to approach people because of what happened with Aries Spears in the airport. Now, Corey, was Aries really scared, or did you not expect him to puff his chest up and get loud with you? See, I'm starting to think about that moment and about how that possibly went down. And seeing as you hate the guy, you know, you would want your version to be believed over anything. Aries Spears hasn't commented on that situation at all. He hasn't said anything about that altercation. I'm guessing that when he saw Aries and he approached him, he didn't expect that type of reaction. And it threw him for a loop. And he basically used the excuse of, oh, man, security's around. This man trying to get me locked up. I can't do it, man. Let me go. Let me go. Let me just go on about my way. I understand. I get it. But fuck all that. That man cost you $20,000 over nothing. Didn't even go to court with it. That's neither here nor there. I'm not on either side. Shout out to Aries. Shout out to Corey. Now, with the earthquake situation, seeing somebody who you have problems with, man, is always going to be an awkward situation. But it doesn't seem like there's ever been an instance since the green room incident where they've actually tried to reconcile what's going on. Now, here's another thing. Corey being somebody who I don't think plays around when he's in work mode and when he's out at the clubs and when he's about to perform. It's weird that green room situation wasn't checked that night. And then when you don't check something, people think certain shit is cool. Even if the mood is like a little off or if people feel a certain type of way, if it's not you directly, people will even use that as an excuse as what's cool and what's not cool. So if you're not going to somebody and you're not checking some shit right away and you're not talking about some shit and handling the situation and the problem at hand, people not going to know if they did wrong or not. Especially if somebody is out here doing bumps and eating wings, they definitely not going to comprehend what the fuck is going on. They trying to have a good time. So waiting for Earthquake to call you after the green room incident, he may not have even known it was an incident until you start talking shit on the 5150 show. So when that happens, when a person I'm only giving the benefit of the doubt just for the scenario. Who knows if, you know, Earthquake didn't know Corey felt slighted after that green room shit, or if he just didn't give a fuck. But if in a scenario where I didn't know I caused the problem because somebody didn't come to me and tell me there was a problem, I'm not going to think there was a problem. And then when somebody pops up one day on their platform to start talking crazy shit about me, am I going to be the one to try to hit you up and be like, yo, I'm sorry, you said some shit about me. I don't know if I even give a fuck about what, maybe you deserved what happened that night. It sounds to me like you've been feeling this way about me every time you've seen me in the past, showing me fake love, but really having a problem with me all along and the things that I do. Why would I apologize to somebody who clearly had a vendetta against me before any of this even happened? Somebody who I gave props to and talked about being on my top 5 and, you know, vouch for and show love to. Why would I now go out of my way to call you to be like, hey, I'm sorry about the green room incident that I didn't know was an incident until you started talking shit on your platform? I don't know. That's my scenario. That's how I feel it went, but it probably didn't go down that way. Maybe Earthquake was being super disrespectful, couldn't read the signs and couldn't understand that this was not his green room and just wanted to be disrespectful, and he deserves all the venom he can get. However you want to put it, this goes back to me saying earlier that we need to figure out ways to end petty bullshit. petty arguments, petty beef that don't really matter or mean shit, because as black people, we seem to hold grudges or seem to want to be the first to take our own down or to talk crazy about our own or to harm our own over petty shit. You know, which also brings me into my next topic. Everything that's going on with the Offset situation, man. So much shit has been getting revealed over the past day or so about the Offset shit that happened, man, and people been coming forward. You got clout chasing ass hoes that was there that was not even personally cool with the motherfuckers who were there. They was just there because they Instagram hoes who look good, so they was just, you know, niggas just want to have arm candy on their shoulder and shit. So now they getting on the internet talking about they eyewitness accounts. Listen, let me tell you something, man. Regardless of however it started, a petty argument, regardless of the topic or what it was about, started the whole thing, and somebody died because of a petty ass argument that could have been resolved. And on top of that, where the fuck is your moral compass when you can take out your phone and record somebody's lifeless body in a pool of blood, dead? You can record that. You can have your phone out and get it on the sneak and post it to social media for they people to see, for their family to see, and to find out for the first time that their loved one is dead, and having that be their last image of their loved one. You didn't have a moral compass to think about that, but motherfuckers want to stay silent and not talk to the police. This is why we fucking fail as a community. There's no snitch rule behind a motherfucker that got hit with a stray bullet. And for a motherfucker who was that careless in a crowd of people to just start shooting for no reason over a petty argument. Wasn't nobody out there robbing the bank or going out there doing or committing crimes with each other. They was having a argument between each other, and a dumb motherfucker that didn't know what he was doing and don't know how to fucking act decided to pull out a gun and start shooting like a dumbass. Why isn't nobody coming forward talking about the shit? Why has the culture brainwashed us so much to the point where we think that our moral high ground ends at recording somebody's body, posting it to the internet, but not talking to the police to give information about the person that did it? It makes no sense to me. And they just identified another victim. I don't know if he died or not, but he was a shooting victim. He got shot. He was another person that got shot with Takeoff. He was Quavo's assistant. Quavo's assistant was also shot. There, I don't know the severity of his wounds, or if he, if he's still here or not. But I know that they just announced that. Now, people had the idea that everything happened over a dice game, and one video that's being circulated is the video of a girl talking about the incident, and I want y'all to hear what she had to say. Hold on one second. Here we go. Listen to this and tell me what you think, man.
I just want to say something really quick, and I'm gonna try not to give out my identity. We were all there when all this happened. I just left from HPD. First of all, in order to be around Jazz Prince, you have to be searched. None of us had guns, but Jazz people had guns. Okay, all of this was over a dice game. This shit started in 5th Ward around 9:30, 10 last night. So this had nothing to do with no damn dice game, with no money situation or anything like that. And the only reason why I'm not going to great details because I live in Houston and the Prince family know me. But all of this shit that they're saying about, this was a sacrifice. No, this was an argument between two camps, and it wasn't even between two camps because Takeoff and Quavo was basically trying to be the mediator between the people who were arguing.
Shit.
And so everybody's saying, oh, well, this is Quavo fault. Quavo had nothing to do with the shit y'all talking about, bro. Y'all was not there when this happened. It had nothing to do with that. So all these 30-second videos that they're seeing, this and that, everybody's saying, well, he didn't act the way how he act whenever Takeoff got shot. Did they tell you he passed the fuck out? Did they tell you we had to help him to the fucking car? Did they tell you that? Like, nobody is really talking about the real that's going on. But I'm gonna tell you this, and I'll leave it at that. The only people who had firearms that night was the camp who protect Jazz. That's
so Jazz Prince, right? Let me just say this real quick before I talk about how I feel like she lied just now. For one, Jazz Prince posted after it happened saying he woke up and found out the news, even though it was clear that he was there. I don't think he realized that people had cameras on him and have video of him being there, which makes it look shady in the first place, which is why I'm going to play the next clip that I'm going to play about just the Prince family as a whole from Charleston White. I have to play it because there's a bigger message behind that. But when she talked about Quavo not escalating anything or doing this and that, there is clearly a video out there circling around before the shooting happened of Quavo being the main one arguing or yelling, and as he walked away, Quavo said, and look, I'm not trying to put blame on this brother, but I also have to hold accountability in certain places because people be thinking they are larger than life. People be thinking that they are untouchable, and people think that their word is law when they're in a certain position in life. And sometimes you have to drop your ego and you have to recognize the situation you're in and be aware and not do or say certain things. And right before the first shot went off, literally a second before the first shot went off, Quavo was walking away saying, I'm about to hurt somebody. That doesn't sound like somebody who's trying to de-escalate or try to be a mediator. Now, clearly this bitch wasn't paying attention because she was around some stars and she was probably starstruck and wanting to be the person that probably had her phone out trying to record or be like, hey, I'm around some niggas that got notoriety. I'm not really paying attention to the situation. But I know for a fact she knows who shot. And I know for a fact more than one person that was out there knows exactly who let off shots. And because the people that were there weren't coming forward and saying anything, they had to leave it up to academics. Academics, went live on his Twitch. And that man cracked the case. to say the least. He cracked the case. Within minutes, he was discovering everything from separate Instagram accounts, from who was with who, from just everything, looking at what people had on, looking at videos closely, slowing them down to the point where now they know who did it. There's no question that the person that they're going to bring in is going to be the person that ended up killing Takeoff. Just based off of even that video alone of academics showing everything that happened. Listen, man, you may have got a lot of flack from me, but brother to brother, you are doing the Lord's work. FBA to Jamaican, you are doing the Lord's work. That is part of the problem. That is part of why things aren't changing, is because we aren't even trying to get justice or trying to stop or put an end to what the fuck is going on by putting these people behind bars or trying to start a trend of putting these motherfuckers away. Then I start thinking to myself, damn, Charleston White continues to be right, even though he is a crazy ass nigga who says crazy ass shit that I don't agree with. He keeps saying shit that is absolutely 100% right and making points behind the shit. Yeah, he does a lot of gimmicky shit and a lot of troll shit and says a lot of crazy shit that I don't back, which is why I don't fully support that guy. But I do understand the message, and we do have to change shit, because one thing I notice about what Charleston White is doing is that niggas ain't scared of niggas. They will go at niggas and they will kill other niggas and they will try to harm other niggas, but what they won't do is try to harm the police. And because Charleston claims the police and claims the snitch word, he is protected by an invisible force field until there is a motherfucker who does not absolutely give a damn about none of that who approaches him. Charleston White, to me, is safe out here in these streets. And this is what he had to say about Jay Prince and their family and what they've been doing out there in Houston. And regardless of what you hear him say, please understand the strong points behind this, because I stand behind this message.
We not afraid of Jay Prince up here in Dallas. Homie, he ain't had no influence up here. His sons, none of that shit. My nigga right there, a nigga that come through and try to do something. Nigga, we some big dogs up here. Nah, homie, them niggas only big down now. Mob ties don't exist up here because when the police kill some, where's mob ties? When we need murder solved in the community and these niggas kill babies, where is mob ties? When the women is getting beat and raped, where is mob ties, homie? Where is mob ties for the community program? Nigga, fuck mob ties, nigga. Harder we working for these kids up here. Don't bring no motherfucking mob ties up to me, nigga. Them niggas don't do a goddamn thing. For a motherfucking nigga around here, it's a nigga nation, nigga. Been here since the 60s. We don't give a fuck about no Jay Prince, nigga. He ain't never been able to reach his arms up here and help no nigga with no music career. Stay his ass in Houston. Him and his boys. So now, my nigga.
I mean, so you feel like Jay Prince needs to help more?
Man, Jay Prince keep doing what the fuck he doing. I'm telling y'all, Jay Prince don't run shit in Dallas. Mob ties is just some bullshit. It ain't no mob ties, nigga. Them Italians got the mob. Don't no nigga got no motherfucking mob. Them niggas just talking bullshit Italian Geechee talk. Them ain't no real mobsters. Them niggas ain't never stood up for the black race. Hollering about that shit. Nigga, them Italians bribe people. Them niggas can't do nothing. Them niggas pick on the weak. That nigga's sons beat up girls, homie. Beat up stripper bitches. So I ain't saying they ain't gotta help us. We don't need they motherfucking help, nigga. I've been in Stop 6 putting it down for 10 years. We don't need them niggas up here. They don't run shit up here, nigga. That's what I'm saying. And anybody think they do is a motherfucking lie. I'm saying that on your station.
Now, even though he said a lot, he wasn't wrong. Only things I've ever heard about mob ties, Jay Prince, and all that shit is that they run shit in Houston and that they help niggas get change back and handle business and protect motherfuckers who are willing to pay. I don't know about any community outreaches. I don't know about any funds being allocated towards helping the youth in different cities. I don't see no worldwide speaking tours where they go and speak to children or speak to the youth or even speak or have what do you call it? Conventions where they bring young black kids who have aspirations to want to be in the music business or anything like that for them to have an outlet for them other than being out in the streets and doing random shit. Every time I want to punch this nigga Charleston in the face, he say some shit that punch me in the face, and I'll be like, man, fuck. That nigga's right. Now he be talking about scraping and killing white people and white women, and even though I get his point behind it by trying to do or say the things and that white people used to do to us back in the day, it's just a way to troll, and I'm not that type of person that's into trolling and all that other random shit or saying shit for shock value just to get a click or just to get attention. That shit's crazy. I'm not with that. But I'm also not a hater, and I'm also not somebody that doesn't have common sense and can't comprehend when somebody is saying some real shit. And that part is what I wanted to get off my chest, especially with everything going on, man. I hope they find the person that did it or the people who were involved. I hope the culture changes. I hope we do something that benefits us as a culture without having to lose more people. I want to play something for y'all real quick. Just real quick. Something I gotta play. Something I gotta play. I want y'all to hear it. I need y'all opinion on it. It's something that I heard earlier that got passed around to me on social media. It's a video of this guy who used to be a videographer. He used to be a videographer for a bunch of rappers, and he sent out a message, a challenge, if you will, to rappers out there who want to, I guess, change the trajectory of how the culture is going. This is what he had to say.
Beliefs, but there is something I want to impart to people to hopefully, make some sort of change happen. So I have a challenge to rappers, and I know some of you still follow me. I know a bunch of the celebrity blogs still follow me from trying to get news from music videos and things like that. So here's the truth. The truth is this: a bunch of young black male rappers keep dying. You know who's not dying? Record executives. The record executives that push for them to continue to make songs and create a culture that is obsessed with death, drugs, and sex. Period. The industry is obsessed with it, but those record executives, they're not dying because they don't push this culture on their own people, but they're encouraging you to push it on yours, and they're paying you handsomely to do it. The reality is, I know a lot of you. A lot of you are good people. You're family guys. You're not the image that you put out there to the world. Why? Why don't you be the example? Stand up. I challenge you. Be the example. Make music about the culture you want to see. Don't just get online today and talk about how, whenever a rapper makes it, his own people take him down. Don't just make those videos. Don't be sad. Don't rest in peace. None of that stuff. Be the change you want to see. Inspire it in your community. Reach out to other rappers and say, we have to stop. We're being used. You've been used for a long time. They create this paradigm to make you believe that you're so important and your celebrity status is worth so much, but in truth, you're a pawn in their game and you always have been. The government has wanted to hold down communities of people in different ways through different methods for a very long time. Their method in the black community has been to use entertainment to create a culture obsessed with death, drugs, sex, and money, so that they could create a false paradigm of what happiness and what success really was. And in doing so, they created a world that also made people more dependent on government, and as a result, gave themselves more power. The record executives that push you to do this, to go and continue to profit off the backs of your work, they're in cahoots with the elite. They're in cahoots with the government. They want you to think you're important, but in truth, you're just doing their dirty work for them, so stop.
Now, as much as he's right about record execs and them making money, matter of fact, it's crazy. He could say that, and I'm pretty sure nobody's calling him anti-Semitic. It's the fact that Kanye put Jewish in front of that made people feel like he was saying anti-Semitic stuff or whatever the case may be. But that goes hand in hand to the same things Kanye was talking about the people in power who don't have to worry about their cultures being poisoned by the shit that comes out. They don't have to be worried about anything going on with them because that's not a part of what they're pushing to their culture. What they're pushing to us, the people that they don't know or who they can't relate to, is the shit that's destroying us. Now, I have to say this, because contrary to that belief, even though record labels and executives are accountable for the things that they promote and that they push out there and they feed money to put out to the masses in a certain demographic of people, at the end of the day, it is us. It is us who need to look at us first. Because at this point, it is very clear. It's been clear for a long time, but at this very moment, at this point, it couldn't be even more clearer that we are becoming our worst and number one enemy. We need to change the culture. We need to change our mindset. We need to look at each other differently and for real, not just with a hashtag or with a post on social media to make people feel good for a split second. We need to actually do it in real life. Practicing what you preach isn't easy, but you can do it. It's not easy, but it's possible. It's there right in front of you. You can make the choice. And we have to spread that message, and we got to continue to be that type of people for our own. And with that said, GMS fam, the Green Room, thank y'all so much, man, for pulling up on me today. It's been a very dope show. We talked about a lot of shit. A lot of shit. So I'm happy. I'm thankful. It's Wednesday. It's also the beginning of November, which means Thanksgiving is around the corner. I'm ready to eat, nigga. GMS fam, the Green Room. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Make sure you hit the socials, man. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App, man. If there's somebody out there, man, listen up. There are certain things that I want to improve with the show, improve with the equipment, improve with the things around me, improve with the promotion of the show. So here I am, humbly expressing to you that if you are someone out there who is watching right now and you have the spare funds to donate or to support the GMS show in a good way, whether it be $1, $5, 10, 20, regardless of whatever it is, you will be a blessing to the GMS show, and I would appreciate you so much, man. You know I rock with y'all, GMS fam, and I know y'all rock with me, man. And shout out to everybody that has supported and held me down and held this channel down. I really appreciate y'all. So if you want to do that, man, hit the Cash App. It's right there. I'll be much appreciated. Make sure you put a GMS in the chat, and also leave a comment under this video when the live is over. Let me know what you thought of the show. I'll hit you up in the comment section, man. That means when this live is over and it's done and it's shut down, refresh the page, come back, leave a comment, and we'll chop it up there in the comment section, baby. Appreciate y'all, GMS fam. Let's go. I see you, John Maximus, Ralph S. in the building. The Sheriff is in the building. Glittery Bubbles in the building. Trey 979 in the building. Theodora NYC, King Lukey in the building. Appreciate y'all, man. GMS fam, the Green Room. What we talking about? Infinite Umbra is in the building. Hey, Queen Kel's in the building. Hey, 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 hey. I didn't want to smoke on this episode, man. We trying to get back to a certain space on YouTube. We really finna take this shit to a different level, man. I'm gonna be a good guy. I'm gonna be a good guy for the next few months, man. I'm gonna make sure I make this content the way that I should. And be YouTube appropriate so that we can keep moving forward and keep pushing forward, baby. Shout out to Vel. JR. Hell yeah. He said Internet Explorer. Nigga was an AI. He was a bot. Pass the lighter. Smoke something, man. You know I'm about to. GMS fam, the Green Room. It's been a great motherfucking show. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe on the way out, hit that bell so you get the notifications, because YouTube be trying to shadow ban a brother. Follow me on my socials. I'll follow everybody back at the Cash App. Feeling generous. Leave a comment on this video when the live is over. Appreciate y'all, GMS fam. I'll see y'all Friday. Subscribe to the 3Gs. We out.